The robot found an eye mask in the garbage dump. Putting it on, it's pretty cool to look at. Decisively placed the into its storage box. Then it found an 8-carat diamond ring, but its fingers were too thick to fit the ring, so it threw away the ring and kept the box. It was the last robot on the planet. It had lived alone here for 700 years. Daily job was to stuff garbage into its body. Then it would close the hatch and compact the garbage tightly. Finally, it would spit out the garbage in cube shapes. At first, it only stacked garbage neatly according to its program. As time went by, it gradually developed self-awareness. It began to learn to pile garbage into buildings of various shapes. However, as one tall building after another was completed, the only companion by its side was a single cockroach. After finishing its daily work, the robot returned to its room. Inside, all its collections were neatly arranged. It carefully took off its shoes before entering. Then it started its own way of relaxation. First, playing its favorite music, and then sorting the items found that day. But there was a problem with the sorting today. This item, which looked like both a fork and a spoon, so the robot had to place it alone in the middle. Watching humans holding hands on TV, though it couldn't understand. It longed for someone to accompany it like that, but on this lonely planet, it could only hold its own 2 pincers. It placed food for the cockroach that accompanied it. At night, when sleeping, it would curl up into a small box, and the collection cabinet served as its bed. Like a child, it would fall asleep only when shaking itself with its hands. The next day, a low battery alert woke it up, dragging its tired body. It went to the door and put on its shoes. It needed to go out of the room when the sun was at its strongest, to sunbathe for 2 hours before starting another day's work. It did repetitive work every day, and even a robot could feel bored, but it always found unexpected surprises in its work, and the joy of collecting could always ease the feeling of loneliness. From sunrise to sunset, the day was quickly coming to an end. Finally, it cut open a refrigerator and found a plant sprout inside. This was something it had never seen in 700 years, so it carefully held the sprout in its hands and put it into its small box. Suddenly, a red dot caught its attention. It tried to reach out and grab it, but the red dot slipped away. The robot chased after the moving red dot and finally caught it, without realizing that danger was quietly approaching from behind. A huge object fell from the sky, with a loud explosion. Fortunately, it had dug a hole in time, and it took a long time for it to timidly stick its head out. The spaceship brought not only disaster, but also the love it had long dreamed of, a hot-tempered latest model intelligent robot.